Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. We're about to get into a fight, but last time we got into a fight with this set of enemies, it went very badly for them. So, Kana, do us a favor. Switch to that and fight that. Switch and fight that. Yeah, you're fine. This is per encounter. 100%. Yeah, that's good. Switch.
That's it!
Sorry, champion.
That's it!
That the champions must be like Zari paladins. Who is oh, she's paralyzed. Okay. The warrior's on the high priest, everybody else on the champion. Okay, everybody on the champion. If he lives long enough for the fighters to get him, which he did. There's another ruby. Nice. Crafting? No, not crafting. Enchanting. There we go. That
Certainly.
xaurips spear has been my secondary weapon since the tutorial. That is the weapon that xaurip gave me way at the beginning of the game. I mean, it started off as nothing but a basic spear. And wow, look at it now. It's probably not the... It's definitely not the most valuable... Well, it's as valuable as the unique item in the other hand, according to the game. Okay. We see an intersection here. I'm going to hit a quick save. I'll bet you I'm going to need grapple. The stairs ahead have crumbled away, leaving you at the edge of a dark pit. You'll have to proceed down carefully, and climbing back up may be difficult. A moment, please. I need to take care of something. And I'm back. Sorry for that. I left the timer running on that. Pause this for a little bit. Climbing back up may be difficult. Climb carefully down the rocks. Your progress is slow as the rocks shift precariously under your grip and footing, but you are able to maintain your handhold. You pick your way carefully down the craggy wall and piled stones and eventually find yourself at the bottom. The reason for that pause there is because I felt like a breeze. I went to look back to make sure the door was still closed. It is closed and locked. Okay. I'll bet I'll need grappling hooks to get back up. Quick save again. Oh, sneak.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Now, xaurips usually mean dragons. Here it comes. Is that a dragon armored in... It's an Adra dragon. From under a cloak of gloomy shadow lit only by the sickly hues of the Adra statue, emerges what can only be a dragon. Vibrant, living Adra plates its hide, and the movement of its great joints is like the grinding of boulders. The dragon stretches itself up to its full height, its horns looming like towers, and then it lowers its head, turning a sharp, intelligent gaze upon you. Oh. Yeah, that's a thing to say, Kana.
Here you are, nearly at the heart of the world. What a journey you have made.
You are the master below?
Yes, the master below. You have found her. Kadnua is mine, as is all that lies beneath it.
A laugh like rolling thunder echoes through the caverns. You hear the clatter of debris as stones shake loose from far above.
How fortunate you are to learn such well-guarded secrets. All it has cost you is your life.
I would rather not fight. That is your way, isn't it? To bandy words instead of blows. To negotiate and compromise. There are no sweet words that will save you here, Elf. We've each come to our limits. I can't let you leave. You'll have every dragon hunter for miles down here trying to make a name for themselves. And you, well, you can't go any further. This is the end. I am more than a match for you, dragon. Fight me and you will die here.
Your soul does burn bright, it is true. I expect you will have an interesting tale or two to tell me once you have joined the chorus.
The dragon rears its head, nostrils flaring, and moves towards you, jaws agape. Well, that did not work.
Pray.
Why do we... What the hell? A series of murders has shocked and terrorized the scribes of White Rock Isle. Sequestered in their island monastery in the boot of Andra, they have had little success reaching out to the mainland for help. Though renowned for their integrity and artistic talents, the scribes may unknowingly harboring someone who is attempting to sabotage their work on forbidden books. That sounds like something for grieving mother. You're busy. Yeah, this is going to suck. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The maelstrom is really, really small. What are you? Frightened, petrified, terrified, and unconscious. You're all weak. You're weak and you're immune to all those. Okay, what can I do to you? Unconscious, you're immune. I'm gonna put a wall of force through your neck.
Just like
Wow.
a
Wow. That...
go down fast. Boy needs to get his head out of books and into the fight.
We're all knocked down
We're
and
losing
can't do
strength.
anything. Exiel is dominated.
Just get quiet.
What are these? A dragon, a xaurips high priest.
Just get quiet.
I might not be level high enough to deal with this. Just possibly. I'm reminded of the last time I fought a dragon. I mean, no, not the last time I fought a dragon. I'm reminded of the first time I fought a dragon. Not a dragon, a drake. Let me remind myself, a drake. Everything I've fought up to now has been worms and drakes. I have not fought a full-fledged dragon until now. And yeah, that's what it got me. Chanters can do more than just chant. While their abilities are not focused on frontline combat, they are competent warriors and will continue to chant and accumulate phrases while performing other actions. That was horrifying. And it has minions. I think it is time to go back to the main quest line for a while and come back to the dragon later. Maybe when I'm like 12th level. I think it is time to go back. Stairs leading up from here have fallen away, ending far above your head. The surrounding rocks, however, look sturdy enough. Given enough time, you should be able to climb up. You climb slowly and steadily up the rocks and over the side. Oh, you don't even need anything.
Certainly.
What that means is there's a chance for something to go badly, badly wrong there. Major endurance. You know, like, waking up the dragon. I don't know. The dragon seems already awake. That is death waiting to happen. Don't want caps lock. Warm air pulses through the aperture. Suddenly, my character gets the feeling, it's like, okay, we should turn back now. This is something we're not ready for. You can change the portraits of your main character and adventurers through the current portrait on their character sheet. Really? What is my current portrait? AI behavior. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't really... No. That doesn't really help because all the portraits are so different. They're not variations of theme on a theme the way they are in Shadowrun games. Okay, where is the... That is very much nasty, nasty, nasty. Not fighting that right now. Oh, I've left this paused for so long. I'm going to turn it on. The stealth skill is used to avoid detection while in scouting mode. Classes like rogues and rangers start with a bonus to stealth. That thing flattened me in something like 2 seconds, less than that. I mean, it didn't... it took longer to kill all of us. But, yeah. The stealth skill is used to avoid detection while in scouting mode. I already read that. That was painful.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Craft Hall, Artificer's Hall, Curio Shop, Chapel, Forum, Western Barbican. Okay. Currency. Why is my currency so low? What did I pay for? I enchanted stuff. That's what I paid for. Okay. Okay, so... Last thing I need is the Blade of the Endless Paths, which I can't do. Okay. Oh, this is what I want to look at. There was a report thing. Let's go down real quick. Turn 39. I don't have the from before turn 39 onward. Yep. Okay. I'll have to remember that now. Okay. Okay,
Just
Nord,
say the word.
you're busy. Why are you busy? Aren't you busy? Okay, hold it. Cancel. That's the way it worked in that as well. Let me look at something real quick. Oh, right. I remember now. That quest must have been a random thing. Okay. Finished in 5 days and 2 hours. Oh, I need to wait for Vase to go to Twin Elms, because he needs to go to Twin Elms. So, we're going to rest a little bit. Hireling payday! 4 days, 3 hours. Actually, let's see if we can go somewhere else. Are there any other smiths that I know of? Uh-huh. Do I know of any other smiths? Did the first village have a smith? I'm a little bit away from the computer. We're gonna go to some Gilded Vale. I'm gonna look for a smith. The Blade of the Endless Path, I doubt will be anything my character can use. For one thing, it says Blade. Slow mode can be used to direct characters in combat without pausing. Fast mode is useful for traveling through areas the party has already explored. And my character does not use blades. My character uses spears. Let's see. Blade, blade, blade. What am I looking for? Oh, right. Is there only one smith that can do it? I like the fact that my character is the lord of this manor and she's the one using the peasant weapons. Where's the smithy? Blackhammer Smith. Can you reforge this for me? Items like grappling hooks and hammer and chisel sets are always consumed when they are used in special interactions. Why, of course. That makes perfect sense. That's an apprentice. That's probably not who we need to talk to. Oh, Sagani needs the level. That's why there was the bell sound when she... Yay, screenshot. Okay. Survival's really high. Let's put your athletics would be everything. Stealth? Let's put your stealth up and then save the remainder. No new class unlocks. Vicious Companion. Deal more damage and penetrate reduction on each hit. Accurate wounding shot. Swift and steady. 20% attack speed. 50% reload speed. Reducing the accuracy penalty of swift aim. Okay, cool. Brutal takedown. Merciless Companion. Sneak attack damage. And all the multi-class stuff. What do you have on utility? You could do free field triage. What I think you're going to do is you're going to take swift and steady.
How do you do?
I'd like to... goodbye. Sagani activates Swift Aim.
Oh?
So we have to keep out this, or Tuatanu will have my hide
Certainly.
back next. Oh, you're a vibrant... You're not a...
Yes.
You're a guard. You're a commoner. Huh. Okay, it looks like it has to be
Certainly.
Dunstan in Defiance Bay at the Crucible Knights. Well, let's see if I can get ingredients here for making my own food. Surprised that wasn't a thing you could get in your stronghold. Farmer that produces edible vegetables and such. That would have been very useful. Many aspects of the interface and display can be adjusted to your personal preferences in the options menu.
Gods keep you.
Let me see what you have for sale. Yeah, you have the finest cook. Oh no, looks like you have no ingredients. Okay. Any other NPCs with gold nameplates were designed by our backers. Interacting with them will allow you to experience each one's unique history. And they are not recruitable NPCs, as you would assume. As I first assumed they were. More's the pity. Wait a minute. Isn't there a way down into, like, the, Temple of Aothus here? There is. Have I ever done this? Some creatures and armor types are especially resistant or vulnerable to specific damage types. Consider the creature's damage reductions on their tooltip and the bestiary to decide what weapons and spells work best on them.
I haven't been in here for, must be 5, 6 years. Used to be real nice. Bright. Warm.
Hello? Who's there? Man lies resting against the wall, but lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, the sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain.
Hello!
Ah, thought you were some... Never mind, whoever you are, you've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. The temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans, shifts his position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. No, not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The ruins around us used to be a temple to Aethus, the scattered god, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Raid Saris even. Not so much from Raid Saris these days. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient on the Aethosians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years lived like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still don't deserve to go like that, chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's a coin in it for you if you need motivating. Pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a decent shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them. Then by the flame I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the spit stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Oh, and you stand up suddenly. I'm betting this is going to run long because I let it run a little bit fighting the dragon. Quote unquote fighting the dragon. I'll bet you anything that I was supposed to have done this a long time ago.
Brave does feel.
Initiate's note. Visitors to the ritual floor. Rectrix Obrica says Dimption for even those Orgot that struck the largest bell first rather than the second. Even these. You need the largest spell is going to be struck second. Okay. That's hints for a puzzle. We're going to take that. Oh, I can't take that. I am full up on camping supplies. Hello.
If thou filat fili. That's it!
It's going so fast, Kana doesn't even have to get time to get through many chants. Scolder Whelp and a Scolder.
Pray if thou filat.
They're like bat creatures.
Dead on!
Okay. The Fangs. As I have stated, not much is known about this group by the world at large because they don't welcome outsiders to their numbers. While many believe they are xenophobic and openly hostile to all who enter Ire Glanfath, the truth doesn't seem to be as broad or deadly, and certainly not that simple. There are many places in Ire Glanfath that could be called magical or sacred to the Glanfathans. One legend states that the Ingwithans, who had suddenly abandoned their kingdom and left for places unknown, took the time to guide the ancient Glenfathan tribes into now vacant land. The Glenfathans were gifted with the fertile areas as their new homeland, but in return for being given such a gift, an oath was required. The Glenfathans were instructed to protect the Ingwithan ruins until such time as they could return and reclaim the ruins. They were required to swear that no living person, including the Glenfathans themselves, would be permitted entrance into the ruins. Differing accounts suggest that the Glenfathans were promised more than a homeland, that the Ingwithans were favored by the favored people of the gods, and that keeping their oaths would confer similar benefits to the Glenfathans in the end. Oddly, the rules do not seem to apply as strictly within the borders of Twin Elms, a site built upon large concentration of Ingwithan structures. But it would seem that this is unlikely selective oversight on the part of the Glenfathans and probably more part of the terms of the original compact. In any case, the Glenfathans came to take their role as guardians seriously, revering the sites, and developing rituals designed to protect and guard the ruins. Over time, these rituals became rote familiarity to some, as much legend and superstition as any other stories passed down. This is not to say that the Glenfathans ceased all intent to uphold their oath. See, the devotion to the oath tended to vary from tribe to tribe and clan to clan. Not so with the Fangs, however. The Fangs are a group joined not by ties of kinship or even community, but of belief. Of all the groups of Ire Glanfath, it is the Fangs who seem the most intent on keeping the promise that their ancestors made to the Ingwithans. Just because their fanaticism and zeal are not widely sweeping as many think does not make them any less dangerous. The Fangs are not known to reason with those they view as transgressors. If they feel you have in any way violated the sanctity of a sacred space, their judgment is swift and exact. Reports of the Fangs' attacks can be found in records dating back to the first colonial explorations of Ire Glanfath, and even the smallest of perceived slights can be worthy of execution. The order itself seems to consist mainly of hunters. Whether they are recruited as skilled hunters or trained once they gain access to the order, it is unknown. From all accounts, once they join the Fangs' hunting gang falls second behind patrolling Ire Glanfath, and I did it again, and protecting the ruins. So it is the author's opinion that it is the former. In other words, they are often recruited as skilled hunters, and that is some gold. See you in a moment. That was my video. My timer. See you in a little bit.